So welcome everyone, we're going to get started. So let your body come to a comfortable seat and arrange your body so you feel grounded, maybe rocking from side to side, maybe forward and back. Let the eyes close and just fall into the space inside of you. Noticing how the body lands, maybe tweaking it. Notice what you brought to the mat. And allow yourself to create a space for whatever it is that you've brought. Start to fall into the breath, flow of the breath, creating the flow of the breath, the movement of the body in the space of the inhale and the exhale. And as you do that, let your shoulders stack. The heart moves forward just a little bit. Create a little bit more of an arch in the lower back. Let the elbows be heavy. Start to find the flow of your breath. Let your mind start to quiet. Full breath in, full breath out. So let me just ask everyone that's online here, because I can't see myself. Can you see me? Just turn on your sound just for a moment. If you could all just turn your your camera off. So I just want to make sure that I'm visible on the screen, because right now I just have like a purple screen.
Sally, this is Ricky. I see you.
Okay,
this is Charlotte. Sally, I see you.
Okay.
And this is Judith. I see you.
Sally, I know you're on your, are you on the
Okay.
iPad?
Yes, I'm good.
So I'm going to mute
Okay,
again. Thanks.
Okay.
Just want to make sure it's recording good. Okay, so as you come back to your seat, let your shoulders stack again, bring the palms to the heart. Take a full deep breath in and just let it release out through the mouth. Take another breath in, feel the openness of the body. And as you exhale out through the mouth, feel the ground. So always coming back to the sense of ground. This sense of flowing with the breath, the lifting and the openness in the positioning of the body, but the groundedness always from the center of the ground. As you open your eyes, inhale the arms wide, look up. As you exhale, move back on the tail, cross left over right and round. So really tuck the tail up, tuck the chin. Now start to roll forward and then inhale, open again. Let that arch happen a little more intensely, and then exhale. Draw back on the tail and switch the top arm. Inhale, roll forward and look up. Exhale, round. And one more time, inhale, open, exhale, round. Now bring your hands to the knees, keep the roundness of the back. Let the eyes close, let the chin be tucked. Think of the belly drawing in, that tail tucking up a little bit, and shoulders really pressing forward, holding onto those knees, create a bowl. And come on to the outer edges of your feet. So the knees are lifted. I'm not trying to push them down. Create that bowl. Now take a breath in. Feel the lungs expand, hitting the spine. So feeling that movement now. And exhale, keep the bowl. And then inhale, fill. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. Now as you come up, lift your chest first, extend the legs out, stretch the legs out, bring the legs to touch. Turn your heels open, toes touching, slide forward. So not really deep, we're just kind of finding our space without really manipulating. We're just moving in, seeing how much space we have to start with. This is our beginning space. Roll the shoulders as you lift. Bring the hands beside you. Bend the knees and roll down. Bring the knees into your chest. Keep your head lifted. And just hands on the shins. Just rock a little. So as I lift, as I rock to one side, I lift that side completely up. And then I find a little more movement in with the knees, with the thighs. And I feel my lower back just kind of really connecting that lower back, the part that we were arching. Now let your head come down, land the shoulders. Now lift your feet up, bring the feet to touch, bring the big toes to touch, and let the heels open a little bit. Hands behind the thighs, just draw forward and back. So just this rocking motion, still finding the whole spine. So think of shoulder blades, the chin a little bit tucked in, that lower back and the mid back as you rock in. A couple more times here. Now, as you come up, start to bend the knees and hug the knees in, rock side to side a little bit, and then forward and back. So think about land your toes, keep your back down, land your toes. And then inhale, bring the knees into the chest and land the toes. Start to think about lifting up, land the toes, come back down. It's like a rocking chair movement. Land the toes and then come back down and land one more time. And then come to cross-legged again. Bring the hands forward. So maybe around the pads of the fingers, maybe palms of the hands. Think about maybe snuggling the elbows down. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Deep breath in and let it go. One more time. Deep breath in and let it go. Now come up about hands on the knees, roll your shoulders. When you come to stand, so swing the legs around. Come up and find your mountain pose. And allow your body to really find the alignment, but starting from the ground. So remember, we always start from the ground up. Let the eyes softly be closed and let your attention be totally tuned inward. Now think about extending the arms out and let them float up. So inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, when the palms come together. Exhale, palms to the heart. Think about lifting one foot, turn your heel out a little bit. Lift the other, turn the heel out. And then inhale, sweep the arms out. Now press down through the feet. Lift from the kneecaps first, and then the belly, and then the abdomen, and then the chest. Inhale. When the hands come together, again, reach to the fingers. And as you exhale, softly land the weight, spread the toes, land them. Inhale, sweep out and up. Just kind of floating here with the inhale. The inhale is the opening, the exhale is the rounding. Just kind of get that movement and the alignment of the body. So not being in a rush to create the shapes, but just being here in mountain pose, finding the flow of the breath with the flow of the arms as we lift. And the palms to the heart. As we exhale, finding softness in the landing as well. So one more time, inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, palms to the heart. Now look down at your feet. Now notice if your toes are turned out, turn them in a little bit. So the outer edges, look at the outer edges of your feet, they should be straight. And you just have to lift the heel and just kind of let it adjust itself. Now think of here, move your tail back, bring the hands to the thighs and look straight down at the floor in front of you now. Think about reaching the crown of the head toward me and snuggling the shoulders back. Think about creating a long spine. Knees are a little bit soft unless you need more. Now think about lifting the tail up. So lift the tail up first, then tuck the chin and look to the knee. So if it's too tight, bend your knee. Slide the hands down to the shins and maybe the ankles. But just go as far as the ankle. Let the fingers be on the ankle. And then turn your chin from shoulder to shoulder, just on the exhale. So inhaling, you're at center, exhale, the chin turns to either shoulder. And then inhale back to center, exhale, turn the chin. Now, when you come back to center, gaze at the toes and let the fingers land, pads of the fingers land on the toes. See if you can draw the belly toward the thighs. So you might bend the knees a lot, and you might just bend a little bit and have your lower back here. And then let your head just kind of chin turn again, side to side, just kind of finding a little bit more freedom in the neck. But the shoulders roll in the back away so they're not reaching for the ears. This little energy added by drawing back. One more breath here. Now land the fingers beside the pinky toes and drop your tail and rest your chest. And then reach the arms back, look forward. So both palms face each other. Snuggle the shoulders away from the ears. Now, I want you to feel the feet, especially the pads of the toes, everything pressing. So the inhale is this little pressure down with the tail and the weight to the feet. And the arms sweep forward, fingers brush the mat. We drop our tail and lift up. And then palms come together, exhale, palms to the heart. So let's do that again. Find the flatness of your back. So fold, palms face each other, arms extended long. Draw the belly in, reach the crown of the head toward me. Reach your tail back. Sink your body as much as you need to. Now, as we inhale, let's do a little bit of dropping of the tail, sweeping the arms forward and up, pressing down to the feet, rise up. And then exhale, palms to the heart. Again, sweep the arms back, and then inhale, rise up. Exhale, palms to the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep back, rise up, palms to the heart. Last time, inhale, palms to the heart. Now hands behind you, interlace. Roll the shoulder blades toward each other. Lift the chin, push the hips forward. Creating that arch of that little rolling of the shoulders. So one at a time. So draw the shoulder forward, move it back. Draw the other shoulder, move it back. Find more openness. Then when you feel like you're as open as you can be, not that lower back hurting, soften your knees, push your belly forward, lift your chest, lift your chin, and move the hands away from the seat. Drive the knuckles down. Feel the openness that this creates. Now separate the hands. Inhale, reach the arms up. Interlace the thumbs. Exhale, come forward and fold, and then release the fingers to the mat. Now drop your tail, hook your thumbs. Inhale, sweep out and up. Find that arch in the back, and exhale, fold forward. Once you get down to the feet, separate the hands. Inhale, cross the thumbs, drop the seat, press down, rise up, arms over the head, create the arch. Exhale. Land the fingertips. Now, shift weight to the left foot, send the right foot back. Make sure your left foot is on its own track. Then bend that knee. Make sure the knee's over the ankle, reach to the back heel. Now bring one hand to the left thigh and then the other, and start to straighten your leg, and then bring your hands to your hips. Send your gaze forward on the floor, roll your shoulders. Drawing forward, lift them, rolling back, pressing down. Think about the back heel. Reach a little bit more intentionally to the back heel. Think about that left leg, press into that foot and let your body reach into level. Now don't move your chest forward, but bend your knees. Sink the back leg. So bend the back knee, bend the front knee. Sink straight down. Now open the palms. Now think of the pinky fingers by the edges of the body. Lift the arms up. Bring the thumbs to touch. And then hook the thumbs. Drive the fingers over the head. Sink down a little bit lower, pressing into that front foot. And exhale. Reach forward and lay on those fingers. Inhale, step right foot forward. Exhale, just fold here. Maybe bending one knee, bending the other, shaking the head, bringing the chin side to side. Coming back to the strength of the ground, the feet pressing. We're going to shift the weight to the right foot and the left like that. So set it up. Find a really strong lunge. And then bring both hands to that right thigh. And roll the shoulders again, hands on the hips, roll your shoulders. Start to straighten the right leg. Reaching strongly through that left heel. We're just trying to open the heart now from the crown of the head all the way to the seat. Nice long line. Now think about keeping those elbows pointing back here. Bend the front knee, bend the back knee, and sink straight down, straight down. Find the support of the front foot, and then palms open, edges of the pinkies beside the body. Inhale. Bring the thumbs to touch. Cross the thumb. Drive the heart up. Exhale. Lean forward. Bring the hands to the mat. Now palms on the mat. Step the right foot back. Come into a plank. Drop your knees. Keep the toes touched. Press your seat to the heel drop. Actually lift the chest. Bring it to the left side. And then lift the chest. Bring it to the right. So I'm lifting. I'm pretty lifted. My arms are tipped. My fingers are tiptoeing away. Feel stretch in the shoulders. And as I lay on that opposite thigh, I'm just going to push my tail down. One more time each side. Now lift your hands, lift your fingers, spread them out, and then roll the elbows in, come up. But keep your arms angled, so lift your tail here so the back is arched. Push the mat away, roll the elbows in, press the shoulder, looking down. I want you to lift to the knees, keep the toes tucked. Lift one knee, just one knee, press into the ball of the foot. Now engage your belly, lift the other knee. It's not very hard. Now lift your tail, press the mat away. Bring your belly toward your thighs. Inhale, spring forward to your plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Let the chin come toward the mat, elbows toward the mat and not landing. Flat on the top of the toes. Now inhale, press down to the hands, snake your way forward, chest forward, lift up the chest, keep the knees landing, and then exhale. Toes flat, press your seat to the heels, come back to child. And lift and move from side to side again. So my arms are lifted. I'm ready to be on the pads of the fingers. Both gives you the best stretch in your shoulders. As you lift and land, you're tucking the tail down, and then you're lifting, going to the other side. One more time each side. Come back to center after the next one. And then lift your hands. Lift up onto the knees. Press the mat away, tuck the toes. Now do the opposite knee. Lift the opposite knee that you did before. Press the mat away, lift the other knee. Lift your tail. Come into your down dog. Maybe your toes move in, maybe you move out. Now rock. Knees rock. Relax your shoulders. Press the mat away. Pads of the fingers included. One more breath. Now next exhale, both heels reach. Bend your knees, come to the squat. Look to the thumbs, lunge forward into your plank. Lower partway, just a little bit. Engage the belly, hug the elbows, lower, hover. And then lift your gaze. Press into the toes, pull the shoulders back. And then lift your tail back to down dog. Bend your knees, step the left foot forward. Separate that right leg, move it back. Inhale, rise up. Bring the arms up. Exhale, open, warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips and stretch your left leg. Now turn your right hip in just a little bit. And then bend the left knee over the ankle. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Expand the arms. Drive the pinkies back. Look to the middle finger. Deep breath in. Middle finger of the left hand. Shoulders heavy. Now inhale. Bring that right arm forward. Lift your back heel. Come to warrior one with back heel lifted. Exhale, palms to the heart. Stay. Inhale. Open. Exhale, right over left. Give yourself a hug. Inhale. Lift the elbow tips. So create the arch and back. And then separate the hand. So grab, crush your wrist. Grab the opposite palm. Reach the knees downward, bending into the knees. Shoulders pulling back, heart space forward. Opposite hand, crossing wrist. Deep breath in, deep breath out. From here, stretch forward. Land the fingers. Step the right foot forward. Hands on the shin, stretch. Tuck the chin, rise up, inhaling. Exhale, palms to the heart. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Calm the mind, calm the body. One more breath. So where are you holding? Or your shoulders? Where are you holding? Soften. As you open your eyes wide, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, swan dive, lift the tail. As you inhale, drop your tail, look forward, send the left leg back. Find the strength of your lunge before you lift. Lifting the shoulders, lifting the heart, lifting the arms. As you exhale, open warrior two. Hands on the hips again. So fine tune. So right leg straight, left hip in just a tiny bit. Shoulders open. Expand the arms. Bend that front knee. Look to the middle finger. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now from this groundedness, really feel the ground. Bend the left elbow. Bring that arm forward. Bring the shoulder forward. Lift your back heel. And then think about crossing the wrist. So the opposite palm, cross the wrist, touch your palm, look up. Sink it to the knees, both knees. Lift your heart. Draw your arms back by the ears. Reach up to the middle fingers. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath. Now sweep the arms back. Stretch the back. Bring the hands forward. Lift the left foot. Send it forward. Hands on the shins. Tuck in. Look to the knees. Maybe bring the hands behind the calf. Shake your head. Relax your shoulders. Draw the belly in and fold. Lay on the toes. Maybe the hands slide to the ankle. Land the fingers. Now stretch the legs, look forward. Exhale, tuck the chin, bend the elbows. Inhale, stretch. Look forward, exhale. One more time, stretching the legs, the arms, the spine. Now hands on the shins, keep stretching. Hands on the thighs, tuck in. Roll up, lift your shoulders, last, lift the chin, inhale, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, palms to the heart. Let go of the breath. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So where do you feel tension? Relax it. Conscious relaxation. Mindfulness of the body, of the muscles, of the alignment. Stay in this space. Draw your mind into this space. Nothing else matters right now but being here, in this moment, in this breath, in this space. One more breath. As you open the eyes, wide sweep the arms. As you exhale, swan dive. As you inhale, drop your tail, look forward. Now land your hands, step one foot back and then the other, come into plank. Engage your belly, roll the elbows in, look straight down, relax those shoulders, really like your back is a board. Hug those elbows, press down through the palms, through the fingers, through the heels reaching. Now lift your tail, soften the knees as you do that, tiptoe the toes in, find your down dog. Deep breath in, Deep breath out. Now walk your hands a little bit closer towards your feet. We're going to take that left hand, look to the right leg, bring your hand to the calf, and look underneath that right arm. Now think about keeping the right arm strong. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Maybe your hand goes to the ankle, maybe it stays on the thigh. Where do you need to be? Now bring both hands to the mat, come forward to plank, strong plank. Soften the knees, come back to your down dog. If you need to walk your hands a little bit closer, make your distance shorter. Now we're going to shift away to the left hand, bring the right hand across the left leg. Look underneath that left arm. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more breath. And then back to your plank. Bring your hand down, back to your plank. Exhale, bend the knees, come back to your down dog. Inhale, bending that left leg, stretch it up. Exhale, bend the knee. Bring the knee towards your nose. But keep your tail lifting. We're not coming forward into plank. And then inhale, stretch the leg. Bend the knee. Look to your knee. Bring your nose and your knee toward each other. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. Now next time, stretch up. Exhale, come forward to plank and bend that knee. Inhale, press the leg long. Exhale, come forward to plank and with a bend knee, keep it lifted. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, this time step the left foot. Separate, bring your back foot back a little bit. So finding a strong lunge, so always coming from the ground. Anchor the back foot. Look at your front foot, heel and the inside of the back foot intersect. Now turn your right shoulder forward and land on that back foot. Firmly still bend. Move the arms back, lift your chest. Drape the shoulders, keep reaching. Inhale, bring the arms forward and up. Exhale, open, warrior two. Inhale, straighten front leg. Exhale, palms up, look up. Inhale, bring the arms up, bring the palms to touch interlace, press the palms up. Exhale, let the fingers separate. Come back with wide arms, front leg straight. Inhale, reach the fingers of the left arm forward as you reach your hip back. So creating an angle on the body. We're not going right into triangle. I want you to create an angle. So looking to the right, crown of the head reaches upward, and the whole side body creates this angle all the way to the outer edge of your back foot. So close your eyes, feel it. Really engage with that back foot and the front foot. Now bring your hand, right hand, to the lower back. And press there. You're supporting your lower back. Flip your left palm up. Reach forward with the fingers a little bit more as you push your hip. I want you to keep this angled line. So your head, your chin is turned to the right. The crown of the head is reaching. That right shoulder is snuggled open by that back hand holding the lower back. And you're pressing into the outer edge of your foot. Now open your eyes, look to the front foot. Lay in the back of your left hand on the inside of your shin. Now rotate from the waist. So really move, press into that front foot, move your hip. Move that right hip back a little bit. Turn your gaze and look up and start to slide the hand down. So keep that other hand behind the lower back. Slide that left hand down, maybe towards your ankle. Maybe you go lower. Only if you keep your right shoulder open. So there's that expression of resistance. So we're pushing and resisting at the same time here. And opening the shoulder. Lift your gaze upward. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now think about bringing that right hand to your hip and maybe hold on to your thumbs on your back of your hip and your fingers drape that hip bone. Relax the shoulder. Reach to the crown of the head. Now think about releasing the hand. Bring your hand to your shoulder. Lift your elbow up. Now instead of lifting the arm straight up, I want you to extend it over the head at an angle, pinky finger down. And think about reaching from the hip to the finger, from the hip, the crown of the head to the finger. Imagine there's this long line there. Now find the weight being held in your feet And turn your top palm down, facing the mat. Now let your left elbow bend and extend both arms out, palms facing each other. Now inhale, rise up slowly, pressing into both feet. Turning open here, so my shoulders are open to the right. Exhale, turn the palms and drop into the knee, back to warrior two. Now inhale, palms up, parallel the feet. Bring the palms to touch. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips, elbows bent, roll your shoulders. Look down at your feet, make sure your toes are pretty much in line. Roll the shoulders into the elbow tips, pointing back, but also the elbows coming toward each other, like there's a strong magnet there. Feel it between the shoulder blades, but also between the elbows. Now think about starting to fold, but don't just flop. There's energy. Press into the feet. Move your tail back first. Let your head move forward as you start to make the chest level, parallel with the floor. And then let your hands go behind and interlace and draw the shoulders. Again, resistance, right? We're moving the head forward, we want to put the shoulders back. Opposite direction, lift the tail. Just create a long spine first. And then drive the knuckles away. Now separate your hands, bring the hands to the outside of each leg, down by the calf. Now tuck your chin, look into that space, let your hands slide maybe to your ankle. And then maybe pads of the fingers in line with the toes. So check it out, pads of the fingers in line with the toes. Now bend your knees a little bit, drop your tail. Turn your toes open a little bit so you can rock a little side to side. So knees are bent, toes are open. The knees are pushing toward those toes. So we want to have those toes open. Now think about pads of the fingers, look forward. Drop your tail. Bring the elbows to the inside of the thighs, bring the palms to the heart. Think maybe you're going to toe your feet in a little bit, maybe you're going to toe them out a little bit. Make your adjustment for your body. Drop your seat, lift your heart, bring the thumbs to the chest, lay on the toes. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more breath. From here, looking down, lay on the palms, straighten the legs, and parallel the feet again. So remember, when you parallel, the toes turn in a little bit, so the outer edges of the feet are parallel. From here, hands on the shins, create a long spine. Draw the belly in, round the back, and lift. The shoulders come up. Turn the toes open, left toes open, turn the right heel outward, back to warrior two. So sometimes it's not pretty, right? Sometimes you wobble, right? That's okay. That's what the practice is about, right? We lose our balance to find our balance. Now inhale, bring the right arm forward, lift your back heel, come back to your warrior one. Feel the ground. Sink, open, lift the gaze. As you exhale, hands to the mat. As you inhale, step right foot forward. Cross your arms. Bring your elbows to your knees. Move your weight into your toes. Lift your tail up. So I'm still pretty high with my back. Now let the elbows float over the toes, top of the toes. Come up a little bit. Have a nice long spine. Then bend your knees, drop your tail back, lower the belly, crown of the hip floats over top of the arms. Sway a little bit, like there's a warm breeze. We're so relaxed, the breeze is just kind of swaying the arms back and forth. The movement of the breeze, the movement of the breath. And then let your fingers land. From here, drop your seat, look forward. Send the left foot back. Anchor the foot. Look at your back foot, make sure it intersects, the heel intersects the back instep, and then a little angle on the foot, the back foot. Now press down, hands on the hips, rise up, and inhale your arms up, exhale, open, into your warrior two. Now think about pinky fingers moving open, toes spreading and landing, find the ground, gaze at the middle finger, Flip your palms up for a moment. Now, we're gonna straighten that right leg. And as you straighten the leg, look to the left. And move your hip, just kind of move that left hip in that movement. The crown of the head is reaching in an angle. The arms are still palms up. Now, reach with that front arm. And then bending that left arm, bring the hand to the waist and roll the shoulder, relax the shoulder. So the shoulder goes forward and lifts and opens, and the elbow's moving too, the elbow's pointing back. Find the softness of that shoulder. So my thumb is on my glute. And then move to the front hand. Reach a little bit more and turn your gaze to the left. Reach the crown of the head from the outer edge of your back foot. Find that hip where you're creating this nice long line. Then look to the front foot. Bring the back of the hand on the inside of the calf, on the inside of by the calf. And then think about rotating. So push and resist. And look upward just a little bit. So looking to the left, roll that shoulder, bring the back of the hand to the lower back. Support the lower back. So I want you to really feel the outer edge of that left foot and the hip moving in that direction. And lower, slide that right hand, back of the right hand down that right leg. Try and keep the openness of the shoulder by a little bit of pulling and pushing, right? The back hand supports the lower back, so you can rotate from the waist, the heart space, the chin, the gaze, the shoulder, the elbow, even pulling back. One more breath. Think about a line from the crown of the head to the outer edge of your back foot. And that front knee can be a little soft, and you're still holding that resistance. Push and pull the hand on the leg. Now, release the left hand, keep the elbow soft. Left hand to the shoulder, lift the elbow tip up. You're halfway there. Now extend the fingers over the head. Take your finger down first. So think about the arms floating over the ear if you can. If it's not perfect, that's okay. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now turn your palm down. Feel the feet for really supporting you here. And a little softness in the front. Extend the bottom hand, palm up. And then inhale, slowly pressing into both feet. Lift from your center. And then exhale, parallel the feet and bring the hands behind this time. And then bend the elbows, open the chest, look up. Think about the elbow tips drawing back. The magnet, strong magnet there. Push the belly forward, lift the chest, lift the chin. Feel the shoulder blades come together and move the hands away from the seat. Let your interlace and press the knuckles down. Now bring your fingers behind the thighs. Start to look at the floor a distance ahead of you. Start to move your tail back, pressing the fingers into the back of the thigh. Move your tail back. Start to find the chest parallel with the ground. Now hold on to the back of the thigh. Trust you can shift the weight into the toes by moving the head forward. Still keeping the weight evenly dispersed, but a little bit more in the toes. Create length, snuggle the shoulders back, and maybe move the hands behind the calves. Keep a flat back. Now turn your toes open just a little bit. And start to drop your tail. Keep the hands behind the calves. Drop your tail. Rock a little bit. So make sure your knees are pointing toward those toes. Your seat is tipping down. And then bring the arms on top of the thighs. And rest them, palms up. Drop your seat. Look forward. Think about lifting your chest. So the tail has to drop. So maybe the feet come in a little bit if you're too wide, or maybe they move out a little bit if you're too narrow. This is your adjustment for your body. Palms up, fingers soft, bringing the chin and the chest forward and up. One more breath. Now look down, lay on the palms, straighten the legs and turn the toes in a little bit so the outer edges of your feet are parallel. Relax your shoulders. So engage with your center. When you engage with the center, when you draw that belly button into the spine, and you press down to the feet, and the toes are angled in, you feel the lower body is strong. When the palms land and the fingers press, and the crown of the head is reaching forward, you engage with the upper body strength. So we're dividing the body in half. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath. Now, as you come up, bring your hands to your thighs, tuck your chin, round the back. Press yourself up. Bring your hands to your hips. So let's try this a little more defined here. Start to open your right toes. Start to bend the right knee a little bit and move that left heel, angle it. And then turn, bring your hips forward, lift the back heel. So going slower, maybe we can make it a little more graceful. Sink into the hips, bending both knees, landing the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms back and up. Exhale, arms to the heart. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, land on the palms. Inhale, set that right foot back into your down dog. Exhale, come forward to your plank. Inhale, drop your knees, lift your tail, bring the chin down, the elbows are hovering. And then snake the chest forward as the arms, then lift, press it to the top of the feet, but keep the knees down. Arch it back, press down to the hand. Inhale, come back to the knees, tuck the toes, come back to your down dog. Exhale, 2 breaths in down dog. So here's where you adjust your hands. Roll those elbows and adjust the shoulders, bicycle maybe. Find the distance. And then sink. Chest sinks. There's energy through the palms and the shoulders pressing away the tail, lifting from the tail to the heels. But there can be softness in the shoulders and the knees. Now we're going to bend right leg, come reach. Bend the knee, don't move forward, bend the knee, bring the knee and the nose toward each other. And then stretch the leg, and then bend the knee. And then stretch, and then bend. Now next time you stretch, next time you bend, we're going to come forward to plank and bring the knee with us. And then stretch up, press the mat away, stretch the leg. Come forward again, bring the knee forward, looking at the knee, stretch up, bend the knee, come forward to plank. One more time, this time we're going to lay on the foot, so bend the knee, bring the foot down. Find your lunge. So find a strong lunge, so tips of the fingers, wrists, shoulders, over top. Now, think about looking forward, look forward at the floor. Really engage in your lunge here. Reach the arms back, lift your chest. Stack the shoulders, bend the back knee. So the pelvis goes straight down. Inhale, arms lift up. Strong warrior. Relax now here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now palms to the heart. Turn to the right. Lean forward, hook the outside of the arm. So it's the elbow, but it's also part of the tricep here. Press and start to create your twist. So think about first just looking off to the right, but then think about opening the right shoulder and looking up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You can always drop the back knee. One more breath. Now think about dropping that bottom arm, lifting the top arm up. So palm is open on that bottom arm. Look up, deep breath in, deep breath out. You can always drop your back knee. Palms back together. Bring both hands to the mat. Stretch that leg. Look to the back foot. Look to the front foot. Maybe lift onto the heel of the front foot. Maybe rock a little bit on the ball of the back foot and the heel of the front foot. Then land the foot, knee over ankle, walk left foot forward, step right foot back. Find a strong lunge. Coming into a crescent lunge. And crescent lunge is really a lot of energy in the body, a lot of energy moving through the body. So first stacking shoulder over the wrist, reaching to the back heel, a little softness in the back knee. Because when we lift, we want to lift our chest, we want our pelvis to drop, we want that knee to bend. And then inhale, sweep the arms out. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Now reach to the back heel. Push your chest forward, start to rotate to the left. Don't just hook your elbow, hook more in the arm. Give yourself space to move from the waist, the chest, So there's energy to the back heel, there's energy to the front foot, there's energy to the palms and the elbows and the rotation of the heart. Think about looking up. Maybe bringing the back knee down, maybe not. But find the rotation before you release that bottom arm. And you might not release the bottom arm, and that's okay. If you want to, let that bottom arm just open, let the top arm reach up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more breath. Bring the palms to touch. Turn to the mat, hands laying. Step the right foot forward. Folding over the body, crossing the arms, so maybe touching the opposite elbow. Come to a flat back. Turn your toes in just a little bit to get the outer edges of your feet come up. Create a long spine first, so look forward with the gaze, not really lifting the chin, just with the eyes. And then tuck in, float the head over the arms, rock a little bit. The knees can be bent or the legs can be straight. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now, bend your knees, drop your tail. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, palms to the heart. Close the eyes. Find your breath. Let go of all the effort. So even with the eyes closed, you can turn your heels out a little bit. You feel that look going in the inner thighs. And then start to press down to the feet, engaging. Engage with the knees, calves just a little bit, so you can feel it pressing down, and then rising up from the feet to the knees, and then the thighs engage in the belly. The belly starts engaging, the abdomen lifts, chest lifts, and crown of the head lifts, and then the hands come a little bit lower by the heart, and the shoulders settle. Now soften here. Once we find the ground, let it support you. Soften. Let go of all your effort, or your focus, or your intention. Just be in the space of the breath. Take a full deep breath in, and let it go. Full deep breath in, and let it go. So, our mind sometimes is our enemy, because we start to fall into the trap of worrying and stressing. And our breath actually has an effect on what the mind causes in the body. Mind causes the body to go into alert mode. And then the breath says, no, 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 everything's okay. It's proven that the breath has an effect on the nervous system. So is the mind. So that's our power to bring us back to calmness. And even when we're doing something really intentionally and focused, and if there's effort involved, our mind starts to be negative about it, and our body starts to react. So the breath calms us, and that's why we're here. We're pushing a little bit, but we want to come back to the sense of calmness and strength. That's our strength. Full breath in, full breath out. One more breath. Now, as you open your eyes, sweep your arms out now. As you exhale, start to lift the heel of the right foot and bring the left hand to the right knee as it lifts. So it's okay for shaking. Remember, we find balance by losing it. Flex your foot. I think flexion of the foot helps. Now think about that right hand move behind the back. And think about just follow the floor, turn your gaze to the right. Think about pressing down strongly to that left foot, left leg, and maybe draw the elbow back. And if you fall out, just come back up. Remember, we find balance by losing it. And maybe the heart space moves a little bit. And we really strongly flex, and maybe you can extend your arms wide. Now bring the palms together at the heart. Start thinking about warrior three. So start to extend the leg back so both knees are soft. That right leg is bent, but that left knee is soft. Start to move the foot back with flexion. Bring the thumbs to the chest, looking down from the parallel position of the chest, and then start to point the toes. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now drop that foot back. Drop that foot back and laugh. Laugh when you lose your balance. Come into warrior one, sweep the arms up. Exhale, comes to the heart, step forward. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in. Now step your feet out a little bit, turn your toes in, find the ground, find the length. So it's interesting, if you draw your mind into finding the feet pressing, spreading the toes, feeling the ground, pressing, resisting, pushing away from the ground with the feet, engaging the leg muscles, the muscles around the knee is not intensive, but so you can feel the body lengthen. And then the thigh muscle, and then the lower belly, and then the belly, then the abs, and the chest, and the chin stays level, and the elbows can point out to each side, shoulders anchored, and breath. Back to the still point. It's there. It's not gone. It's not gone. Trust. You never lose it. You just lose sight of it. One more breath. And let's try that on the other side. So open the eyes, sweep the arms down and up. Start to peel the left heel. As you exhale, bring left hand to the head. Right hand's going to grab that left knee as it lifts. And flex the foot. Feel the wobble. It's okay to wobble. Start to follow the floor. So soften that right leg. Start to turn your gaze. Follow the floor. And maybe open the shoulder. Maybe move the heart space. Maybe move that other hand behind the back. Find a rotation. It's really kind of cool if you stay in the movement, the breath. The wobble's there. It doesn't matter. Extend the arms wide. Send your gaze a little further on the floor. Now, as you come forward, bring the palms to the heart, start to press the foot back. So both knees are, one knee is really bent, the other is soft. And we're going to press back to that left foot. It's flexed. We're going to lean forward. Maybe the thumbs come to the tips of the thumbs at the chest, and the elbows point out. There's energy. Parallel the whole body. Start to point. Reaching to the crown of the head and the toes. Start to straighten that supporting standing leg. And then bend the front knee, land the back foot, land the back foot, and come to your warrior one. Exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, step forward. Let's take a few breaths here. Eyes open and closed. Inhale, windmill the arms out and up. Exhale, turn the palm. Hands on the outside of the legs. Inhale, palms up, reach up. Exhale. Soften the elbows, soften the shoulders, lift up, soften the fingers. Exhale. One more time, inhale, lift up. Now this time, palms at the heart. So I want you to think about bringing the hands beside you. Lift the arms up. Now, just that left arm. Look back as it sweeps back and up. Now that right arm. Look back as it sweeps back and up. One more time. Sweep back, left arm, look up, and right arm. And then palms back to the heart. So let's come to sit. Let's come to sit. So when you sit, once you keep your knees bent, about the space of a block. If you have a block, you put the block there. Anybody want a block that doesn't have one? Good, grab one. You can go into both those, so the block kind of helps if you want to use it. So think about dragging your heels in a little bit, landing the toes. So once you feel the pads of the toes, let's just squeeze the block and bring the hands behind. Elbows are bent, lift your seat, move back. And then bring the hands back to the knees, lift up nice and tall. Drag the feet in just a little bit more. Maybe bring the hands behind the thighs if you don't have a block. Squeeze the block, lift the gaze upward. Move back, so hands on the knees, move back, engage your belly, create a long spine. Still pressing the toes. Lift the arms up, squeezing the block, pressing the toes, lift up. And you can be here if that feels better, engaging belly, arms long, or arms wide, or arms narrow, whatever feels good for you. Now think about squeezing the block, lifting the feet. Block helps, squeeze and lift. Think about opening the heart. Think about extending the legs. And if you can't hold, bring the knees again. And then lay on the feet, bend the knees, lay on the feet. Stretch the legs out. Put the block to the side. Lean forward. Hands on the shins. Roll the shoulders. So it really happens from the crease in the hips, belly moving forward. Shoulders want to slump, but we're not going to let them. We're going to roll them back. From here, if you like the block, put the block back. If you want to try it now, find the toes, find the angle, lift the arms, engage the center, shoulders. There's energy everywhere. Lift the feet. Maybe bring the toes to touch. Lift the legs. Maybe bend the knees and lift the legs again. And then come back down, stretch the legs, move forward. Maybe landing, grabbing the toes, maybe laying, you have to, maybe not. Lift your chin, lift your heart, find your breath. From here, hands on the shins, hands on the knees, shoulders are lifting, palms down, lift your tail, move forward, come down. Keep the head lifted, hug in. So wrap the arms, find the thighs on the chest, rock, soothe that lower back, then land the head. This movement's yours. I want you to be mindful about what your body is asking for. So just for a moment, close the eyes and cradle the legs and rock. Rocking motion, cradling motion is a soothing motion. I want you to be calmly finding what your body wants. I want you to be attuned to that peaceful center and let the body tell you what it wants. Now, it can be anything. So if you feel like you have a lot of energy you need to use up, you can do anything you want. That can even be a handstand if that's what your body wants. So never be afraid to change the pattern of the class that you're in, if that's what your body is asking for. The practice is personal. So our focus is really about the alignment. It doesn't matter what pose we're doing, it's still the same. So if you feel the urge to do something like that, it's perfectly fine. If you just want to hug and rock, that's fine too. So notice, allow, and breathe. This breath in, this breath out. From here we're going to find our Shavasana. And Shavasana has been said to be the most important part of the practice. And I think why they say that is because if you're really focusing, really paying attention to alignment and really involved in the practice, then you just kind of come to this quiet space and let all effort be absorbed and rest in it. And so we work with the flow of energy in the body with this focus. It's moving the energy, directing the energy, which helps us balance and be stable. And we try to even it out on each side. And each side's a little different, but we still try to find that evenness. And then we have the breath. So as you find your way into your Shavasana, notice what the mind says. The mind doesn't normally like meditation or Shavasana. It wants to be busy, wants to be in charge, it wants to move in a way, wants to move us in a way that it wants. So we become mindful about whatever the mind is telling us, mindful about our thoughts and mindful about our feelings, and we hold them in this pot of mindfulness. So running away from the feelings and thoughts never helps. So we have to embrace them, but we don't let them rule us. We have the breath. So the asana is the discipline of the body when we move into postures. But the breath is the discipline of the mind. Start to find the flow of the inhale and the exhale. And rest in that flow. Deep breath in, deep breath out. May I see the vastness of my own soul and embrace it, unafraid and whole. May I uplift others in the recognition of their magnificence. Lead me to the expression of my soul in all its fullness. Let me embrace my humanity, yet be anchored in divinity. Help me unfeather the joy that I am. The joy that I am. Start to hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And gently bring yourself up to sit and come to a cross-legged position. Let your body stack shoulders. Fill the body with breath and let it go. Bring the palms to the heart. And we'll end with the sound of Om. So full deep breath in. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. Hey, Sally, thanks a lot.
You're welcome, Donna.
Thank you.